Hello friends, I'm back again with new video, and this time as you can see we have an upgradation procedure from where we can start today. Today's video is all about upgrading database Oracle database 12.2.0 to 19.3 using the database upgrade assistant. So let's proceed. This complete procedure will take around from start to finish, from preparation to the installation itself. It may take around 1 to 1.5 hours. The thing is that the validation part of it will actually take a very less amount of time, but the thing is that the installation part takes a lot of time. I ran this tool way back in my environment too, and it actually takes around half an hour to 45 minutes with that high-end infrastructure they have in our environment. But the thing is that in our home environment there are chances where the storage devices we have or the memory we have in our computer, the configuration in our computer, that may take more longer than what we expect in the real environment. But still this procedure is successful, and this procedure is way to go. And it is straightforward, just that the preparation environment and the preparation itself takes a good amount of time, and then the installation takes a big chunk of time. Okay, so in our current situation, what I will do, I will divide this particular upgradation into around 5 videos or 4 videos. I will see to it how much videos I have to actually make to go through the complete procedure of it. But the thing is that I am thinking about 3-4 videos maximum with half an hour each videos. What I will do, I haven't installed any of the environment. I will install first 12.2, then I will install 19C, that is 19.3. I have already installed the binaries. Then I will start upgrading, and then you will see the procedure. This is the complete procedure of it. We will go through it one by one. If you all can go through 2 to 3 times by your own, I think you can master it. There is no such kind of a secret sauce to learning all these things. Just you need to do hands-on dirty, or put a hand on your keyboard and start typing. The more you type, the more you play around with these tools, the more accustomed you and more kind of experience you gain. So let's start. So currently what I'm thinking is, I will show you what my environment looks like. Currently I haven't installed it, but today's environment will have Oracle 12c 12.2, but that will be also multi-tenant environment. So we will see how the multi-tenant environment will be upgraded, including the PDB seed, one pluggable database, and the container database itself, that is CDB root. So my host name is orcl.local domain. My database name will be OraDB. Database version will be 12.201. That is the software which I downloaded from Oracle website, that is freely available. We will install the CDB. That's how you will learn how to install the container database, how to select that specific box and create a PDB as well. We'll create this database path. We'll create the data files in this specific location. We will create another data. We will install another software, not the database, and we will install the another software, which will be the location, this one. This version will be 19.3, and the upgrade method will be DBUA. So let's start. I will pull up my machines. So host name is orcl.local domain. what I will do, I will first transfer the binary into /oracle. So slash, so what I will do, not first of all I will not transfer the binary, but what I will do, I'll start creating the directories itself where I will install my database software for 12c and 19c. So let's go through that first. mk kdir -p /oracle /base /product /12.2.2.0 /database. Same thing, but there will be a slight change here. This will be for the 19c path. 9.3. Perfect. That's all done. And one more thing, I will install my data files into this location. Let me show you. ls-ld/hora data, and I will install my my FRA location will be this one. We will need to enable the flash recovery area for migration and the upgradation activities. So you need to make sure either you enable the archive log destination while installing the database, or what you can do is later on you can switch to the archive log, the database to archive log, and then you can start the upgradation process. That's how it can be done, but archive logging is important, otherwise this procedure will not work. That is very, very important, that you will have a DB recovery specific area or the flash recovery area from where recovery can be done. Okay, so our paths has been already created. That's what we did just now. Let's transfer the binaries. Let me refresh it. So this is the 12.2 binary, as you can see. I'll transfer this. I'll pause the video, and as soon as this completes, I'll be back. Okay, so this has been transferred now. Let's transfer the 19c into its location. So bear in mind one thing. In 12c R2, when you extract, so let's say if you have ever installed 11g R2, you must have felt that there used to be two files. When you have extracted it, it would have converted into a folder that was database, right? Now in 12c release 1 and release 2, there is the same type of method where you extract one file rather than two files, but it will be extracted to the database folder. But in 19c everything is changed. 19c, what you need to do is, it won't be extracting into database folder, but it will be kind of expanding all the files. So let's say when you extract the files in 12c R2 and then install the database, and when you go to the software path, what you will see in the Oracle home is the different type of folders, right? The same feeling you will have when you extract that 19c file. So better extract that to the Oracle home location. So that will be, in my case, let's say I'm going to extract the binary to this folder. So as soon as I reach here, and when I do list, I will see a bunch of files, including the run installer file. So you need to make sure that you don't extract it anywhere. Make sure you guys extract it to the Oracle home. Otherwise, whatever plans you have for Oracle home creation, that will be kind of that will have a big impact on it, and then you have to redo it, or you have to change your plan for the Oracle Home itself. So make sure that extract to the Oracle Home itself. So for that you guys need to create the directory itself first. That's what needed to be done. Okay, so I think I have made myself clear about it. So I'm using, by the way, I'm using the WinSCP to transfer the files. I think every one of you might be knowing about it, that how to transfer it. Let me go to the 19C file, binary actually, and we'll go to Oracle base product 19C. I think I'm getting a message in here. Just a second, let me validate it. There is a DB folder. I'm actually correcting it. Let's see this time it works or not. Otherwise I have to go back and then I have to check it. Good. So I think I had to refresh it. It might be showing the older version of whatever I did last time. So let me paste it here. It will take 5 minutes, so I'll pause the video and I'll come back. Okay, so the file has been transferred, the 19C file. So what we will do, we will extract these files one by one to their specific locations. So let's do it. So let me go to the file /oracle cd/oracle ls, unzip the file here, unzip Linux. So you guys might be seeing that the first folder is the database. Underneath it everything is getting extracted. It's kind of creating a folder database and then extracting everything underneath it. But when we will start extracting the 19C, we will see there is a difference. That is the reason there is a procedure we needing to follow, and that procedure is we go to the 19C home. Before that we make the directory, specific directory where you want to create the home directory itself, and then go to the DB directory and then extract the files there. Otherwise you guys will have a big problem, and then you have to delete everything and redo it, and I don't want you guys to do it again. So that's the procedure we follow. So you see the database folder has been set up here. We will remove the Linux file, we don't need it now. Let's go to the 19C folder and let's extract that to cd base product 19 database ls, unzip the file. You see it is extracting into the different folder. It means that whatever I said was true. When I said that while installing the 11G R2 or 12C, you guys must have felt the thing where when you have reached to the Oracle software home, you would have seen a different folders, right? This is the same folders getting created, and then there will be a run installer file. So you need to make sure that extract this specific binary to the Oracle Software Home 19C Home. Let me come back as soon as this is done. Okay, so when we will list, okay, so we have started installing the Oracle 12c R2 database software. So what we did is, let me cancel it and I will show you guys what I did. Exit. We extracted 12c R2 to here, and then the binary itself extracted to the database folder. There is run installer file, as everyone might be knowing. We will run the run installer for installing the 12c R2, but for 19c you have to create a directory, that is home directory for 19c. Then you have to navigate to that directory, extract the files to the home directory itself, so that you see different folders plus the run installer file. You have to run install from that particular area. The thing is that eventually while installing it, you will get to a place where it usually asks, right? Everyone must be knowing that it will ask for Oracle base and Oracle software home. It will, if you don't extract it to the proper location, the biggest mistake will be, you will think that you will get a prompt to actually enter the pre-planned location of yours to install the software. But the thing is that it won't give you anything. What it will do, it will, wherever you extract, it will assume that that is the software home, and it will pull that information from there. So you will have to forcefully install it from there itself, and that will become your Oracle home. I don't want you guys to suffer that. So better is to create the directory. That's what I did. That's what I did earlier. This is what I have created using mkdir, and then extracted the files here. This is not same for Oracle 12c R2, but it is different for 19c. So make sure you guys do that, and it should have a proper permission. Everything should have directory owner to be Oracle, and the group owner should be oinstall. Otherwise, the thing is, during extraction or installation, there will be huge issues, and it will keep on throwing the errors saying that it is not able to extract or install the files in this particular path. So make sure that you know about it. So let's go to the database. Let's run installer. The procedure to install is not much different. There are some different screens because 12c R1 and 11g R2 looked the same, just the different feeling was the container database, but 12c R2 and beyond is different. Oracle heavily invested on 12c R2. It's kind of, just like 10g or the 11g R2, 12c R2 and beyond, and the 19c is their main kind of database versions. So yeah, we have to change this Oracle base will be Oracle/base, and the software location, as you all know, that it will be base product 12.2 database. Select it because we have permission. It's not throwing any error, and it shouldn't throw any error during the prerequisite checks. Yeah, let's install it. So let me come back as soon as it prompts to run the root.sh script as well as aura inst.sh script, and then I'll come back. Okay, so we see that we need to run two scripts, aura inst.root.sh and root.sh. So let's open a session, another session, and su. Now you have to go to location oracle, aura, inventory, aura. This is done. Now you have to go to oracle 12c location, oracle base, product 12 root dot sh. Yes, yes, and I will say no to trace file analyzer. This is done. We'll say okay. Now let's start installing the 19c. And one more thing, guys, Oracle Linux, if you are installing on Oracle Linux 6.5 version 6 is not supported for 19c. 19c needs Oracle Enterprise Linux 7 and beyond. So Oracle Enterprise Linux 7, 7.2, 7.5, 7.7 to 8, 7, 8, whatever, right? So it won't support the version 6. It will have an issue. 12.2 will be installed, but not the 19c version. So make sure that you install the Oracle Enterprise Linux latest version, not the 6. Just wanted to let you know. Otherwise it will keep throwing the errors. It is not supported actually. Oracle base product 19 ls. So we have run installer, right? We'll just say run installer. What we could have done is install the complete stuff of 12, but that's okay. We'll go back and we will install it. We will set up just the software, single instance, enterprise edition. See, that is what I was saying. It will automatically pick up the location where you have extracted it. So make sure that you extract the location properly. Oracle base is the location. We'll install it. Will not create a automatic script. This shouldn't throw any error. Prerequisite checks. It will start installing it. Good. I'll come back as soon as this is complete and prompts to run the root.sh file, and then we will complete that, and then we will start installing the listener as well as database for the 12c R2 version, so that we complete the complete bundle of 12c R2, and we will start migrating after that. That will complete our first video. Okay, let me come back. So yeah, this did not take me much time. Actually, it took just 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Let me run the root.sh file. cd base cd/oracle base product 19 root dot oh, sorry about that. This is not the directory, right? This is the script, so it won't recognize actually. Now it will recognize. Yes, overwrite it. So this is done. What we will do, we'll say okay, and this will be completed. So what we have done, we have installed the software, Oracle software for 12c R2 and 19c. We will start installing the listener. That will be completed, and as soon as that's done, we will install the Oracle database itself. It will create all the data files. We will make sure that that will be multi-tenant database with one pluggable database. As soon as that's complete, we will wrap up. Then I will come back and then show you how to actually upgrade from 12c R2 to 19.3. Okay, so let's go to the Oracle base product. We need to actually go to the bin directory of Oracle home bin, cd product 12 database ls cd bin. Now you run netca. Just install the default listener with a default port. Don't need to play around with it. If you want to play around with it, there are different chances of it. You can create static listener, dynamic listener with different ports. So there are different things you can do at your home, but currently we'll create the default listener. Done. Finish it. Now we'll run dbca. We'll go for advanced configuration. General purpose Oracle single instance database. I'll name the database as AuraDB as promised. As I have shown you, AuraDB is the one. Global database as auradb.local domain. auradb.local domain. Create the container database. Use the local undo table space. You don't want the common undo table space which sits in container database. That's not a good architecture. There should be separate undo table space for separate PDBs. So one more thing, just to give you information, in 12.1 you couldn't have this feature where you could have created the local undo table space for specific PDBs, but in 12.2 it has changed. Now you can create local undo table space for that specific PDBs. Okay, so we'll create one PDB, AuraDB PDB. Perfect. We'll store into the specific location. My specific location is /auradata. You guys can have created the OMF specific type of folder or the file structure or the directory structure rather, but I have chosen specific non-OMF. It's up to you guys. We will enable the archiving. I have created a specific FRA area in the AuraData, so I'll select that. Next. It has automatically picked the listener, the default listener, whatever we installed just moments back. Don't need to choose Oracle Vault. Automatic memory management is selected, that's fine. All these settings are project specific, so in the real environment management will ask in regards to what is the requirement, how many customer base and how many people are actually querying the database, and that will be according to that it will be changing. In the current home environment it doesn't matter much. We'll just create the database. We are not going to create scripts, post create scripts, nothing. We'll just finish it. It will go in and just complete the database installation. It will create a container database. Underneath there will be pluggable database as well, so everything will be completed. I'll be back as soon as this is completed. So this is done. We'll close this. And that completes our initial video. We have completed to create our environment. Now what we will see is the upgradation task. There are pre-upgrade tasks, there are directories to be created and other things. So we will see in the next video what we need to do. So thank you very much for watching. Wait for the next video. Thanks.